Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Please Slay the Spire. There's no secret. Sorry, I'm checking to see who we played as in the last episode. Give it a moment. No, that's
Hey
not the
everybody,
last episode.
welcome back to
Dude, I sound great in that one though. I was eating my Wheaties that morning. How about this?
Hey everybody, welcome back to
You can
Northernlion.
tell,
Slay the
like,
Spire. I thought we had a really
here, like, that's after 3 losses in a row. This is the first run of the day. You ready?
Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Please Slay the Spire.
I can hear the soul being crushed in my voice. But anyway, okay, what do we got here? We were playing recently in the card game known as Slay the Spire, in which I have not won in a great length of time. We were playing as the Ironclads. We're back as the Silent today. How do you win? Volume? You know, sample size? But also taking your time to make the proper decisions. So we're reasonably likely to get a free elite. And that's all I need to know. Take your time, make good decisions. I would like to hit the question mark. Even though we're not going to have much money, we can buy 1 or 2 cards. And the question mark guarantees, the shop guarantees it's not an enemy. I will almost always take an escape plan, given the choice there. Truth be told, I actually think Infinite Blades can work really well, depending on, you know, what else you get in the deck. Basically, for 1 energy, you get a bad strike every single turn. If it has other synergies working along with it, that's pretty good. So I think I actually will take that. I was going to take Poison Stab, but I talked myself out of it. I'm not going to take Doubt. Thank you for not being an enemy. I'm willing to go relatively deep here. This is deeper than I ever would have expected, and we got Pen Nib. Good lord. So that sucked really bad, obviously. I'm gonna take Choke just for raw damage, but I'm a little bit spooked, to be honest with you. Obviously, we get the free elite here. Bag of Marbles is fine. I'll take a Backstab. It seems to work pretty well with Bag of Marbles. We absolutely need the rest, though. 16 damage. So I think I'll do it like this. So we'll take you down to 8. Realistically, you're dead next turn, even with Frailty, which doesn't affect our damage. Okay, so we've made it through. We are going to have to rest. I would say, truth be told, I feel like it was probably worth it to get Pen Nib, but we need to basically make it through 1 floor first before that'll become apparent. And I don't really want to fight the elite here, unfortunately. I wish I could. I'm gonna get real funky, you know? Like my 9th grade gym class, after 20 laps, should have saved, I mean that's obvious, but should have saved Backstab for Pen Nib. Look, it's not our fault. Sort of. Nobody at that age wants to shower in public, and you're making us do all this physical exercise at 8 in the morning. Gym teacher came in one day and was like, hey, just so you guys know, you smell like garbage. And we were like, okay, you know what? I appreciate the honesty, but here we are. Give me an innate Infinite Blades. Where am I going with this? I'm saying the run's funky in that we're looking for card/Shiv synergy. We need to play 3 cards. That's easily going to happen. You're also not dead, but like very close to dead. I'm happy with the damage output we have going on so far, but I'm not convinced that we're like completely set yet. Which is why I'm actually going to rest yet again. So we didn't get to upgrade much, and we didn't get to add too much to this deck, but I'm happy we've done it regardless. Honestly, none of the powers that be there were really particularly strong. So this might be a little bit wild. Obviously, if we could have gotten like a Shuriken or something like that, we would have been over the moon, but you know, you can't always get what you want. Let's go Choke, Infinite Blades, and I hate to do it, but we'll hit you with the double damage Shiv, and it's basically our best damage output on that turn. We were kind of hoping for like Neutralize again, did not get it, so let's see, 13, hit you for 8 for sure, take you down to 85. We're only taking 18 damage, which is not too bad. We just want to make sure we split you on the ideal turn. And to be honest, the ideal turn is as soon as we get a choke. So I'll take it down to 77. To only do 12 damage to you seems a little weak, so I'm going to hedge my bets a little bit. I do not see a choke, for the record. But on this turn, 8 plus 16, we can do 19 damage to you, knowing we're going to get choke. Well, we're likely to get choke next turn. I also like the fact that this turn allows us to play 2 slimes and get them out of our deck, but it was a little spotty for sure. Dump this. Okay, so you make me frail, you make me weak. Oh, that's so sweet. I can't believe you would say something like that. Not like that, okay? So we wanted Frailty Lord to be killed first. Please don't attack again. Acid Slime, open parentheses, L. Do me a favor and dump Ace. Well, no, this is good. Okay, so this is 2 kills, which is awesome. You might not have believed in the power of this run, and to be honest with you, I don't actually, I don't think you're incorrect. I think this run has some problems in the near future. But if we can get really like an Envenom would be like a very interesting get. We're gonna have a lot of shivs in our deck. We really never want to play against the Timekeeper. Out of all these, I think I'm an Adrenaline fan. And now we have to think. Let me take a moment. Runic Dome I just find too dangerous. Ring of the Snake is good. I don't dislike Ring of the Snake, but it's really Ring of the Snake making our existing run better, or Pandora's Box and going, you know what, this run's a little funky, I'm not sure it has a great chance of success. Let's reroll 10 cards. Do I believe in this deck right now? I do, so I'm going to go Ring of the Serpent. If things were looking, you know, I don't know, we might be at like a 15% chance of a victory, but for my standards, that's pretty good right now. So I think maybe we're in the clear. But if we were like, oh, we barely made it through that last situation, you know, then we would be happy to go for the reroll, to be honest. Second floor is where things get funky, though. You know, I have a very mature approach to my Slay the Spire performance at this point in my life. I'm more than aware of the fact that I really thought that was Pen Nib, but okay, my bad. I think I'm just gonna hit you. I'm more than aware of the fact that, you know, this run, in all likelihood, will be a loss. And that's not meant to be, you know, despondent or disheartening, really. It's more just, you know, it's kind of the law of the mathematics of the game right now. I've been getting my butt kicked, clearly. We don't have a super impressive deck, and we also have no means of healing, which is actually a very large problem as well. Why are we drawing this card before the shivs? It's freaking me out. Like, I feel deeply unsettled, like seeing the red eyes in the background of that Friends scene. I'm gonna take a slice, because it works well with choke. So here's the thing. I'm gonna fight you. I don't think we can afford at this point in our run to lose all of our gold. This will probably kill us. I would be very surprised if it didn't. But I think if we lose all our gold, it just puts us far enough behind the curve that, I mean, it's also terrible. So, let me see. Hey, you are doing 20-something damage. Let's start with the footwork. Yoicks. 24 damage. We literally cannot get there. I'm not disappointed, really. You know, now I wish I'd taken Pandora's Box, but I did take the time to reason the situation out. I was just incorrect. All right. Start this one, hopefully, with a rare card or a relic of some sort. I will pay 6 max HP to choose a rare card. So Die I do like, but I'm going to take Tools of the Trade because it's a really good enabler of starting to get discard meta to work. Now, discard meta doesn't mean anything for us until we get cards that benefit from being discarded, or benefit from having discarded cards in the past. 15, so... I think I'll take 2 damage just to get out in front of these guys. But admittedly, Tools of the Trade, not only does it make your turns better, that much is pretty much indisputable, but on top of that, it gives you the ability to basically play a sneaky strike for free if you're able to add one to the deck. I'll put a Blade Dance in here. Once we upgrade it, it's 12 damage, so I'm a fan of that. This is a very unfortunate situation for us to be in. I like this path. I can live with these question marks. I will go for this yet again. Okay. Perhaps I should not have, is the obvious thing. You can say, go ahead and say it. You shouldn't have done that. Look, I agree, sort of. But I think that you don't, you know, on Ascension 20, you throw, it's like Miracle on Ice. You don't go, hey, we're going to save our best players, because in the future, you know, we might need them in the 3rd period. Nah, you send them out there to try to get the job done early on, you know? And I say that as somebody who has never really played or coached hockey, and moreover has not even seen the film Miracle. So you should basically not listen to what I am saying. We're going to take another 4 damage. Draw 3 strikes, please. You didn't draw 3 strikes, but you tried. And, you know, I can respect that. Let me see. We're going to draw a strike. I really don't want to take any more damage. I want to keep the prospect of this elite fight alive. And, you know, they're only 25% HP down, so it's not a lot. Footwork, you can't convince me that this is the problem with this deck right now. Footwork, that is. Tools of the Trade for 0. It's quite nice, I'll admit, but I really think probably a Footwork being upgraded is the best option. Okay, these are the best enemies for us to fight, I think. And we really wanted some AoE. We didn't get it, but Predator for free is also pretty darn solid. So I think we should just, you know, destroy you early. It's not a decision I make super lightly. Take 2 damage. You gotta choose wisely here. We know we're gonna have to rest. It's the dang old, you know, take your percentage chance to get a relic situation all over again, right? Like that has put us behind the 8 ball, just like it did on the first floor of our last run. But as we saw, yikes, on our last run, it doesn't have to matter that much. As long as we don't die here. And we will definitely not die here. We're going to come very close to dying here. Hadn't considered that. Okay, 15. So we need to hit you for 8. We're going to get a lot of draw next turn. Surely. There we go. No. Do not discard that. Are you out of your mind? We're going to live. Pair is a little bit of extra healing, which is very nice, and deflect. I know you're like, why not take reflex? Reflex isn't the reason I go for the discard archetype here. The reason I'm going for the discard, and I know people, they don't like the use of the word archetype, but the reason I'm going for some kind of pseudo discard build here is because we had Tools of the Trade early on. It doesn't get any more complex than that, to be honest, so. I think we've got a long way to go before I feel confident and comfortable on this run. Might as well keep dumping that in my estimation. You know what? Should do it like this. And I think, you know, things are tilted in our favor as far as I can tell. So as long as we take, like, every other turn. Every other turn we get some kind of, you know, block or damage dampening. I'm not really concerned about where we stand right now. Really, that's the benefit of having an upgraded Footwork this early, is that you kind of upset the balance and put it in your favor, I think. Alright, so we're really hoping for some sneaky strikes. I'll take a Dagger Spray for obvious crowd control purposes. Mummified Hand is actually quite lovely, and we'll maybe get a little close to the sun here, going for upgrades instead of rests. We have the Guardian. I have to think about it. First off, is there any way we don't fight an elite? Yes. Yes, there is. Free strike. Yes. I would love, and by love, I mean, you know, whenever I say that, what I really mean is need. From the perspective of trying not to, you know, find myself killed early on this run. Some extra means of dealing damage, particularly for the upcoming boss fight. Probably do not need that. Alright, so you're gonna footwork, dagger sprays free, you're dead. Now you have been annoying, and you've been a problem. Now you can do nothing to me. You can make me weak forever, it doesn't matter. As long as I draw, like, a block per turn, you're slowly killed. Very slowly. Much more slowly than I'd like, by the way, but reliably nonetheless. We gotcha. Alright. Nope. We gotcha. I will take an after image. Absolutely. Heal me, please. If this gets me to full, basically this gives me a free relic. Or if it gives me a free relic, it gives me a free relic is the other alternative. So the question is, do you think we could beat the Lagavulin or the demon? And I think the answer is, unfortunately, no. Even 25% cheaper, I don't see it, to be honest. 12 damage about to come in. 10 damage about to come in. 6 damage about to come in. There we go. That feels better. So I'm really, really happy. Yoicks. Actually, you know what? I'm really, really happy with where we're at on this deck from a power standpoint. And there's no doubt about it. I will still take a backstab for sure. That's not to say we don't have, you know, our own problems. Because we do. We have 3 good powers. To be able to play them, you know, on the cheap. Definitely should have done that in a different order, but... well, to be able to play them and get a refund and get something else for free is amazing. We do have a real problem, though, and the real problem is actually, like... I mean, I would call it obvious. We don't have good damage. Even, like, a single... Yeah... even a single noxious fumes would have me feeling a little bit better about our present lot in life. I think we gotta pop this now. I mean, it's all pretty good, but I think a glass knife means for sure you're set. Just do that. I hate using an attack potion here, because it could have put something in our deck that we would have used to kill the boss, but it is what it is. We're going to have quite a decent chunk of change for our boss, or for our shop on the next floor, if we're lucky enough to get there. So give me a tactician. Now for you, the odds are, I really don't think we're going to have to... I don't think we're going to take enough damage here. But I'm going to rest regardless, and I'll tell you why. I worry that on the first pass, I can't do enough damage to you. I just genuinely don't think I can do enough damage to you to stop you from doing your 37 damage attack here. And, I mean, I don't want to say I told us so, but... So it's 8. I need to do 26 damage. 8, 6, 8 will not work. So, what do we do? Well... We can't even punch through the armor, so I wouldn't, you know, it doesn't really matter what you play, to be honest. So we're taking 23 damage, and I'm extremely glad I rested. Like unbelievably glad I rested. We are going to get a pretty major debuff here, and just really, really like to output the kind of damage that would get you to roll over here. Alright, so we got all our setup out there. I mean, we could definitely hit you, and hit you, and hit you. This is going to be a long fight, but I really think if we can avoid the debuffs, we don't have that much to worry about. We could have played the strike there, but I'm also, I do kind of look at this and go, how the heck are we going to avoid the debuffs? You know, it's sadly not really an easy question to answer, because our damage output is just so low. We're in this weird situation where I really think we have quite a great deal of setup. Like, we've got good infrastructure on this run, but we really are suffering from the perspective of being able to output damage. I mean, for all the trouble we've gone through here, he's not even half dead yet. And it's not getting any easier, you know? It's the thing on a lot of these runs. You know, by the time you reach this point, an enemy will be... You know, they'll have enough poison stacks on them for you to not be, perhaps, too alarmed. That is not where we're at here. I actually think we will lose this. I have a hard time seeing how we would win. Like, 48 damage in 2 turns is very tough for us to output. I'm happy with Tactician. You know, that's doing some good work for us. That was a great turn, but we still need to do 31 damage here. It basically can't be done. So we are going to take 0, which is amazing. But we're going to get debuffed after that. And I guess that would be where I would worry a little bit more. But actually, we're just barely going to roll him. I don't know. We got some good draw. We've managed to keep ourselves going here, I suppose. We definitely did not need to be that... defensive, but that's okay. You know what? Dump one of these and 16. You're at 15. Can't really hit you, or rather, would choose not to. All right, it's kind of the moment of truth here, for an abundance of different reasons. We're always gonna open with a Shiv play, just because of the fact that, you know, the Blade Dance also gives us 3 block just for playing it, which is very nice indeed. So the next turn is the dangerous one. I don't know what we're going to draw. Thank God he doesn't fill our deck with garbage, or we would be just in a nightmare scenario. But might as well play it for block. We're going to take 8 damage. Not good, obviously, but, you know, it could be worse. We got to do 17, and he's doing 28. I mean, it's pretty obvious how you handle that. We're definitely not going to kill him there, but I think we're also not going to die, so we're going to make it, albeit just barely. This was not a fun fight for us, but we made it work. I'm super glad we rested, because we actually do have, like, great future potential. I truly believe it. It's very tough for me, because we do need damage, but I don't know. I mean, I guess Unload, it does work with this card, but 14 damage in 1 card, who cares? Give me this Malaise. We're going a little bit too defensive, maybe, but we don't do that many 0-cost attacks. I mean, I would love to build into a Shiv deck, for sure. Yeah, okay, it was either that or Orrery, and Orrery to add, you know, some sneaky strikes or something to the deck. Yeah, there's a ton of value there. I'm actually going to go for an elite fight. I think we got to add a little bit to this deck to make it tick, so let's see. So, I mean, these are obvious plays. We still, like, desperately need offense in a huge way. Get out of here. I don't want to see you. And, I mean, we got offense. Like, literally the slightest amount of offense from Wrist Blade. But it's not really something that we'd probably look to as being that good for the future. I'm kind of... we're going to draw Malaise and a bunch of Dazes. Well, tell you what, let's dump Dagger Spray, and I think we'll just play Survivor and then Malaise you, and we take 1 damage, which is much better than I expected that to work out. But it's taken us a long time to get there. So we'll definitely play both defends, and then we'll go for this. I mean, it's 10 damage out of 1 energy, which is good to begin with. And I think I actually, 21, you're doing 26. Let's pop this just in case, and to give you extra turns of weakness. We could have maybe popped that potion at a better time, but life goes on. Especially because it didn't do anything for us immediately after that. But now we have a leg sweep in our deck. Just kind of chilling there. 24. A similar turn. I'm gonna take 4 damage, which is not that bad. We just started. I mean, it's on me, and I would never suggest the alternative. But you know, we need to add some offense into this deck. I keep saying it, and then I keep taking defensive cards, and lo and behold, it keeps working out. But sure, toss me a quick slash just for a chance. I hate this option, dude. So we'll go for Cursed and hope that one of these is a shop. I am actually going to go for this as well. And Enchiridion for a free power, I think is probably our best option. All strikes and defense get upgraded. Infinite Blades for free. Hits, well, let's start with After Image. Hit a defend for free. Infinite Blades hit another defend for free. Backstab does a little extra damage. 21 damage, or 21 block we're trying to get to. Easy. All right. So I'm not even messing with you. You might have thought I was looking for something different. You know, you might have thought I was looking for Necronomicon. To target what? I don't have any 2-cost, like, anything in my deck. Except Malaise, I guess, in the right circumstances. I think you still start here. Then I gotta think about it. It's a bit of a weak turn. We do only take 3 damage, even with the curse being applied. So I think Enchiridion was about, like, as good as it gets for us. The Elite should be tough. That's kind of, like, by design. You know, I'm hoping that we get a relic out of it that changes our game in a big way. I'll take a Cloak and Dagger for sure. I love Blade Dance as well, but Cloak and Dagger giving us the extra block is really what I want. So I think, again, much like our last run, or much like our last power, 1,000 cuts changes things a great deal. Like, I think this is an extremely nice pick for us. Yeah, I mean, that felt like a really strong first turn. Let's keep it up. 1 card, this guy's dead, assuming he doesn't block. This is a bit of a weaker turn, but... still take no damage. He's close. I mean, we could... hit him with 2 attacks. Well, maybe more attacks now. Honestly, dump the Malaise, because we're going for something like this. $48 damage coming out. I hate to do it, my man, but I think it's our best option here. We take a little bit of damage. Please, yeah, take a turn off. Thank you. Listen to your friend Billy Zane. He's cool. He just wants to help. Don't have to do much to you next turn. But we gotta do something. This elite fight went fantastically. What do you got for me? The boot. It's very hard for me to see that working out. You know, we don't really have a poison-focused deck, so I'm gonna skip this, even though I really, like, kind of desperately want offense. And we're gonna love hitting this campfire. Okay, Singing Bowl, that's interesting. I don't think I want that right now. And, alright, now we're into some stuff. So, what do I like? Certainly, there's a lot of... I mean, Corpse Explosion. It's really good. Is it what we need here? I actually don't think so. I think we like the idea of a Tingsha, even though it's a little... Is it to a random enemy? Like, another footwork, I think, is you're gonna buy for sure. And we probably want to remove Decay, which will remove the option of Tincture, which I think is fine. Meat on the Bone, I actually think, has become a very, very, very meaningful option for us. Especially on A20, where you need some form of healing to get out in front of these enemies. And an afterimage being innate, I'm starting to actually have more faith than you might about this run. You know, I think we have enough, in my estimation, working out in our favor right now, that I'm actually, like, you would be surprised, I think, at the level of confidence I have right now that this run has a chance. Not that this run will win, but that this run is a genuine, like, a line that takes it to success against these enemies. I think this floor will be a good test, obviously, but, like, I for real think we have a shot at least at surviving until the first incarnation of the third boss. And I know that seems like some double talk, but you know what I mean. So we're gonna pop the potion here, hit the 3-wheel motion. Obviously, this is not what I wanted out of this turn. Takes 14 damage, takes us to 37. If we take another, if we take a modest hit, we'll get the heal off of Meat on the Bone. And I don't really look to Meat on the Bone, and maybe this is a ridiculous sentiment, but I don't really look to Meat on the Bone as if it's a heal anymore. I look to it as if it's, oh, absolutely. As if it's a means to upgrade more cards. And we've been very derelict in that up to this point, so... we're gonna get to play everything, but we might as well play our powers first. And this is the real value of Mummified Hand. Keeping in mind that we also have the incredible danger of, if we fight the Awakened one, we gotta figure out how to, you know, not die. $18 blocks, so I won't bother playing Malaise. It could be useful if it shows up later, but this is not really something we would look to as, like... You know, we don't need Malaise to work too well for us on this fight. Really, this run, as of right now, is about double footwork. We still, you know, if we can get a dominant choke turn to pop off or something like that, of course, that's also very nice, but... You know, you're not going to have that turn work out that often, so the fact that it did there was super cool, but... And this turn, we will play very aggressively. We don't have, like, a well-laid plans or anything like that, so, you know, if we get cards, we play them. Assuming we have 1,000 cuts, which we will not under a lot of circumstances, but... Okay, 21 damage. You would think that that would be a problem. It's actually not that bad. If we can swing it, it would be for the best for us to take 2 damage against you. But we're just going to kill you instead. Sneaky Strike is something we've been waiting for essentially the whole run. It becomes a free attack real quickly. Hopefully. Okay, so now we're going to do it. We're going to go... Choke, Afterimage, Strike, Backstab, Defend. No footworks on turn 1 is a little slow. It's a little dangerous. There we go. Tools of the trade. Sneaky Strike's already free. So we do have a little bit of a slower start. We know we're going to get footworks coming up any second now, hopefully. I mean, we're going to draw 2 of them on our next turn, maybe. The after images have done what they needed to do at keeping us going for now. I'll tell you, I think we should dump... I'm just gonna... I figure lower 2 strength on him here. You're gonna be using all of your energy to block once you get into the later game, I think. Might as well dump this one. Footwork. Slash. Strike. Alright. So now the real fight has begun. We still do very little damage. It's a genuine problem. Choke is really our big enabler, for sure. We should dump a defend, I think, and then Sneaky Strike is free, as it will always be. And you know, I don't know what we need. Like, I'm in my head, I think like, oh, it's, you know, Phantasmal Killer is what takes this run to the next level. But are we really that excited about Phantasmal Killer, hoping we draw good stuff next turn? I don't think we can rely on that. So I actually, you know, in my heart of hearts, I have no idea what we need to do to get to the point where we're doing enough damage to feel like safe on this run. Because we, at some point, you know, there's two halves of the equation. You know, you gotta kill enemies. Hitting them is fine, you know, it's good stuff, but you gotta be able to do damage to them as well, and that has not been an easy task for us so far. Really, we just wait until Choke comes around and then hope that it works out. Man, we're getting aggressively debuffed here. Okay, he takes a turn off. We're gonna at least burn weakness off. 96 damage? Okay, well, we got him down to 72 damage, which is pretty merciful. So we live with 7 HP, which is, thank you, game, I really appreciate it. I mean, we didn't hurt him hard enough, for sure. I'm not saying this is unfair. If anything, you know, we gotta recognize that, geez Louise. Start here, obviously, but then where do you go after that? Certainly over here. We do have to recognize at the end of the day, we didn't do enough damage to this guy fast enough for us to come out ahead. Fair enough. I thought we had a fun time on that run. We just lacked a little bit of punch on the boss fight, and that's all it comes down to sometimes. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. We're getting there. The runs are getting a little bit better, a little bit more consistent. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. I've said a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya!